my woman, 'cause she couldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I am frowning all the time. All day long I think of things, but nothing seems to satisfy. Think I lose my mind if I don't find something to pacify. Can you help me occupy my brain? Oh yeah. Can you help me occupy my brain? Oh yeah. I need someone to show me the things in life that I can find. I can see the things that make true happiness. I must be blind.
Drop your socks and grab your cocks, boys. Let's go. Woo! Oh. What's going on, fellas? It's time to talk about some stupid shit.
I'm here for
Scream Factory can suck some dicks. Fuck
I'm
Scream
here
Factory.
for the party, and I ain't leaving till you shut the fuck up.
That's a nice song. Oh man. So we're basically just here to kick ass and answer questions like we always do with some topics. Of course, I think most people know one topic we're going to talk about, and that's fine. There's a lot of interest in that right now.
Dabney Coleman, R.I.P.
Dabney
Had a
Coleman.
long life. Short time, needs a fucking DVD release, boys. I don't know what in the hell's going on. It's a Dabney Coleman classic. Somebody needs to get on that. Kano, it's got your name written all over it, man.
Yep.
Dude, brother. R.I.P. Dabney Coleman.
He was great in 9 to 5.
He was great in Drake
I agree with Short Time.
class.
I agree with Short Time. That's a good one. That was a nice surprise I saw a few years ago. Just like it was on video, right?
Only
No
on
DVD
video.
ever?
Never on, it may be on like an overseas DVD or something, but nothing official here in the United States. And it's just a damn shame because it's a fun movie. I have it on VHS.
I'm trying to remember though. Was Dabney Coleman in that fucking Bobcat Goldthwait movie?
Hot to Trot, yes.
Yeah.
He had the big
okay.
butt teeth. Here's the bag.
So I thought
He was in the Beverly Hillbillies too.
that's right. He was.
93,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So like, there's already like people that like the comments are going crazy. So I want to get some of the people that are in the chat real quick mentioned. So Foz is in here, Brett Stroll, Peter Sweller, of course, Pred's in here, which is great. Captain Crunch, McCor, Chris C, Bobby Reynolds, JW, which is Creepy Onion, Chaz Herring, Justin Smith, Money Saving with Mimi, Dirk's in here, Lord Dragar,
Dragar.
Lord Dragar.
He's one of the Lost He-Man characters.
That's right. Michael Minay, Jerry L. Christopher Lloyd's in here.
Jerry Lynn? Was it Jerry Lynn?
Yes,
Christopher
Jerry Lynn.
Lloyd. Welcome, sir.
He's going to be fighting Rob Van Dam for the title here shortly. Dakota Trooper. Card is in here. Cue the Goldberg theme. I wish we could do that. That'd be so killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's already questions in here. So I don't know if we want to start like with the questions or if you want to start with the topic. But I mean, the topic's already pretty funny.
Which topic is it? Dabney Coleman?
Yeah. Dabney Coleman and Fred Durst.
What happened to Fred Durst? Did he die?
No, he's just a big Dabney Coleman fan.
Oh.
Yeah. No, there's also apparently video footage of P. Diddy like assaulting his ex-girlfriend that just came out today too. So that's
God, I thought you was going to say something else, and I was like, holy shit.
I mean, I'm sure there's video footage of that as well, but it just hasn't been released yet.
Hey, I mean, it's probably not him, right? I mean, that quality wasn't good enough for me, so I say he's innocent.
They're coming for Diddy hard. I don't know, and he's coming for them hard too. If you know
Somebody had a good theory though about the Carl Winslow thing, right?
Oh God.
Oh boy.
Is he pretending that it's Big Papa there, Big IG? Like that he misses his boy.
Man, it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. That's it.
Well, that kind of makes sense. They were homies.
Oh my God.
That's the part that makes sense.
They call him Big
Of the whole
Papa.
damn thing.
He missed him. He had a single tear in his eyes. He was like,
He was
behind him.
calling Carl Winslow Big Papa that night.
He's like, I love it when you call me Big Papa.
Big Papa Pump.
Oh,
I saw that. I laughed out loud. Somebody posted on that video that we put up that.
our fans may be insane. All right, let's just do a couple questions then. We'll ease our way into this just like he eased his way into that.
Well,
That's how it has to start, and then once you get going, it gets a little bit easier, right? Ease your way.
You tell me, motherfucker. How would you rank Fulci's Gates of Hell trilogy? Rank these movies now.
I would put it in that order.
Yeah,
I agree with.
That's
actually a good order.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a quadrilogy, though.
It is. I swear to God, man. When I did that series of shows, I called it a quadrilogy because I put zombie in it. And there's one guy who every video now, every so often, just be like, this is that dumbass that thought that was a quadrilogy. Don't pay no attention to him. All right, buddy.
God.
These people are so they're so special, Uncle Bill.
Still to this day, and that's been like probably 2 years ago.
It's like, it was a fan that named it the Gates of Hell trilogy. It's not like Fulci officially announced those 3 movies as the Gates of Hell trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he did.
How dare they? God damn it. Shit. Thank you, Bobby, for the super chat. I appreciate it.
The short answer to this is yes. I am in that same boat with Matt. I'm not sure if Matt believes that. I think Matt gets a bad rap about this, but I believe it.
There are films I like, but it's just I'm very picky. Just like food, I'm very picky on stuff. Cause fuck it, I got like all this other stuff to watch, so I don't need new movies. I don't really need it. So if it's not good,
I mean, what new movies are coming out? Like, all the new movies that come out that are original at all bomb, and the new movies that come out that people go and see are all like the same type of movie. So,
I mean, I didn't see Abigail. That's a new one. I didn't see that.
I get the feeling that like there's
The
movies that we miss, but it's not ones that we ever really hear about, like the good ones, you know.
Right.
So like there's good movies that come out every year. It's just you got to fucking find them.
Yep.
They're not coming from Hollywood most of the time.
They're not coming from Disney or Marvel. I'll tell you that shit right now.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about that last night. You gotta dig through all the shit that comes out, try to find anything good. And shouldn't be like that, but that's just the way it is.
You know what's funny though now is that now there's a backlash against common sense right now. I think that's pretty obvious, but there's a backlash more specifically against people making fun of Marvel and like comic book movies and shit like that. So now people are like, oh, that's the trendy thing to do. Yeah, it might be the trendy thing. It's also the correct thing to do though, because those movies are fucking horrible, man. Like, I just cannot wrap my head around watching those fucking movies at all, especially Marvel and especially Disney at this stage too.
Yeah, he's talking about.
I would love. Yes, sir.
No, go ahead.
I would say I would love to see the defense. I want someone to sit down with me and watch a film like Madam Web and go, okay, that Pepsi sign fell on that guy's face. You explain to me how that's good. Oh, this is some good shit.
Didn't the chick that's like one of the stars in the movie said it was terrible? She was like, I'll never do that shit again.
She fired her fucking agents over that movie. Like her whole team.
Yep.
Like that's the killer part about it. Dakota Johnson, yeah.
She did. Even they're not liking it.
I'll never see it. So I could never tell you like if it was, as bad as everybody says it was, but I just, that's the type of movie that like they do.
It is.
To me, the Marvel movies and the superhero movies, they have that X-Pac go away heat with me. Like I don't even want to complain about them. I just don't want to talk about them. I want to act like they don't exist. I'm happier that way.
But see, when you do that though, you give credence to these people that are like, oh yeah, it's it's a cool thing now to make.
It's
fun.
like
it's always a cool thing for me to make fun of them. Fuck them.
I just don't have the motivation to make fun of them anymore because it does no good. Like I was telling Crater sending me these memes on Nickelback the other day, and I was like, dude, I hate Nickelback so fucking much. I don't even laugh at memes about them. I just don't want to hear. I don't want to see Chad Kroger's fucking face. I just want to act like they never existed. Like that's the kind
like it's a dream though. Like they don't really exist. Like it's been so long since Nickelback has been relevant. It's like we just made them up in our heads.
Yeah, I mean everybody makes fun of Nickelback. I don't have the motivation to do. I don't care. Like if Steve was a big Nickelback fan and I saw him every day, I'd maybe make fun of him or something in front of him. He likes that shitty ass stuff like that. Fucking what was that band that he liked, Uncle Bill?
Clutch or Hinder or one of them bands like that.
Unleaded.
Yeah, Unleaded.
No, it was fuck, what was their name?
It's one of the bands like that are like early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Shinedown. Ben's got it. Shinedown.
There you go. Shinedown.
That's his favorite band. They did a cover of fucking Leonard Skinner. Poor Leonard Skinner did Nothing to Nobody, and those assholes covered one of their songs.
Leonard Skinner's like, God damn. Don't do that to us. They probably needed the money at that point, though. Real quick, let's get to Bobby's super chat, though. Would you think the only way to see movies with shaky cam is you shake the TV? That's a killer idea, really. Yeah, it might balance it out, Bobby.
I wish. I hate shaky cam in movies. I don't see the need for it. The Bourne Identity, that fucking piece of shit movie, fucking star of that shit, fucking Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
And all that ridiculous editing too. That
You
doesn't
can't.
help anything.
There's like an edit every like half a second. You can't tell what the hell's going on. I remember
Mhm.
one of those Rob Zombie movies is like that too. Where I was like, tried to watch it.
Shinedown's a trash butt rock band, boys. We got to start using
What?
trash
Trash
butt.
butt.
That's flat out trash butt, baby.
Oh. All right, Mark.
I'm gonna
Y'all
steal
ready
that.
for Strangers Part 1?
No. That's gonna bomb. No one
is.
cares.
I don't know if
There's-
it'll bomb, but it's gonna suck. I know that.
There is early review, like people have seen it.
Hmm.
There's one guy, I'm not going to name his name. I don't want to out him or anything, but it's been a friend of mine on Facebook and stuff. And this dude fucking loves everything. He puts over everything, doesn't complain about anything. And he pretty much said that this movie is the fucking shits. So I'm looking I'm expecting this has got to be one of the worst things of all time, man.
Yeah, one of the early reviews I saw, they gave it a 3 out of 10, and yeah, it was a scathing review.
We might have to do it on the road for it, Uncle Bill.
Yeah, it might be that bad. We need to do that.
Do it on the road, and I want to get an old pair of whitey tidies and put them on my head on the way there.
Listen, that would be the best thing in the world if we just showed up to that theater and
Walked
we're both wearing like
in. Yeah, just
underwear
walk
on our
in.
heads. And we're real big fans of this movie, man. Don't pay any attention.
Who
Put like a
thought
slit
it
in
was a
the
good
underwear
idea?
and eat our popcorn through it.
Is the Dune popcorn with the?
You don't
Yeah.
wash them. You don't need to put any M&Ms in your popcorn. You'll have a little bit of fudge.
God, please.
Jeez.
That's woo.
But who thought it was a good idea to do a new trilogy of that franchise? Like, is it strange that well known of a property to do that?
No.
So the producer, like his buddy, got the rights to it, right? And he said, "Hey, I got this IP. I don't know what to do with it. Could you do something with it? You know the franchise, you know the genre. Do something with it." So he said, "Okay, I'm gonna go get a director I like." And I like Rennie Harlan, but man, I don't even know if he could make that work. That's not a franchise. Like it just isn't.
No, I'm surprised the second movie even turned out as well as it did. But I mean, that's
Right, yeah.
that's another kind of one-off situation.
Well, this is Lionsgate, correct? Is that that's the studio?
I think
Right.
so.
I mean, maybe what was the budget on these movies? Does anybody know? Maybe they just.
I know they shot them all back to back.
That's what I'm thinking.
so
Maybe
they're
they
all
just
done.
made them very, very cheap. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they're probably going to make a profit, especially once they hit on like streaming platforms and DVD and Blu-ray.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know if this is true, but it says 8.5 million, 9 million.
That
You would
seems a
think it
bit
would have
high
to make money from that.
to me, honestly, to make a Strangers movie. Because is there anybody in that movie that's
That's
who's
not
the
high though,
lead?
man. For a theatrical movie, $8 million. That's like a pretty low budget, right?
I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah,
low
I'd
budget,
say
but
so,
who is the lead in? Does it have anybody in it that's notable?
yeah. I think it's Madeline Pesh, but I don't know if you guys even know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is. They spent the money on something. I don't know what.
No.
All right, let's see here. There's like 4 million questions. This is a good one. If I take a dump on Garrett Screen Factory movies and show them proof, will they send replacements? Yeah. Go ahead and do it. Let's see what happens. What's worse, Screen Factory or Cool Duder?
God, that's tough.
I mean, Cool Duder as a human being, Screen Factory as a company. I mean, they're two different.
I
I don't
like
know. how
that
to-
answer. I'll go with that.
Yeah. What's the least favorite shark movie that you've ever seen?
Jesus. Most of them suck.
Yeah, like almost 90% of shark movies suck.
Yeah.
Like Shark Exorcist or whatever the hell it was called, like the one that was like the corn sharks of the corn.
Sharks of the
Yeah, like,
Please tell me that doesn't exist, Matt.
it does. I've seen it.
Oh,
It's
my
sharks
God.
in a cornfields.
Well, that was like
Don't ask me what.
Did Cool Dude
Shark-
like that?
It's
Speaking
made
of
in
Cool Dude.
Kentucky.
Sharknado.
It's made in
Whenever it was
Kentucky.
like they were making a
Oh,
blue
yeah.
million of them, like everybody was wanting to make a shark movie, and they thought it was funny
Mhm.
there for 5 minutes. Clown
Yeah,
that's
sharks
why.
and shit like that too.
Black Shark Down. Just all
COVID
kinds of
sharks.
shark movies. There's one where sharks fly in a helicopter, gets shot down over like the Middle East. Let's see. I know the one for me though. Actually, I think about it is that damn. There's one. I think Joe D'Amato did it, and it was just like a bunch of like really crappy like nature scenes of sharks spliced into a movie. It's like one of those Italian movies like that where they just take like all those scenes from real life and try to make a movie out
was
of it.
like-
Blood Red or Deep.
was like
not Deep Red, but
Deep blood.
Deep Blood. Yeah.
Let me tell you something,
Deep
Tully
blood.
Blanth, you. That's gonna be deep blood. The steel cave mass, the Tupelo Civic Center, baby. You and the Hoffman.
Oh man.
Uh,
But speaking of sharks, though, I just mentioned Rennie Harlan. He's actually got a new shark movie coming out. It's called Deep
course he
Water.
does. Of course.
So,
Yeah.
So
I'm
he's
sure it'll be
deep.
great.
Let's be deep
you-
shit.
Deep shit would be a good name for a movie like it.
We're in deep shit.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a film festival? Unless you include the Fright Night Film Festival. That's the only one we've been to.
I've been to a bunch of them.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't like to
What do you guys
that.
ever want to?
No.
No,
No.
I can see that. Yeah.
Maybe some of the ones that were out back in the day. There were a lot of cool indie movies coming out around like early, like 2011, 2012, around that time. But I don't know about now.
Are we talking about new movie releases tonight like Fall Guy and Planet of the Apes? Well, Fall Guy bombed like a son of a bitch, which means they'll never make anything new or original. Well, that's not really a new or original now I think about it, but they won't make anything like that's not a known property. Fall Guy was not a known thing. Like I don't think anybody knew about that show or that was even a show. That's probably part of the problem with people nowadays.
Mhm.
Well, also, was it even advertised? I didn't even see it advertised much.
I don't think I
And
ever
the-
saw
the-
it advertised. Either one of those movies.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know a new Planet of the Apes movie was out until people on here were talking about it. I had
How
no
many
idea.
damn Planet of the Apes movies have they made in the last 10 years or so, or whatever it's been? I've lost track.
Well, they did.
I think like 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like this might be like the
Yeah.
4th one after that trilogy that they did a few years ago.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about this before, Mark. The age of the movie star is dead. People
Mhm.
don't go see movies for movie stars. It's only for comic book or some high
Yeah.
known property, maybe. That's it. It's one of the reasons why movie theaters are down, movie theater chains are down. And it's not going to be any better. You look at what's coming out in the future, I don't see anything really changing the game, so to speak.
Mhm.
I think you're going to see much more of this glutton of product on streaming.
I think the
if you
problem
made a
too, though,
movie-
is like
Yeah.
they've lessened the importance of these movies too, because like most of them, within a couple of weeks, they're already on streaming. So why in the hell would you want to go see it in the theater? You know, and spend, if you've got a family, you're going to spend what, at least $30 or $40 just on the damn tickets.
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, there's so much easy access now with streaming on your phone, tablet, or whatever. Why would you go pay to see it? But Well, this question is more so posed to CK and Uncle Bill. Who do you guys think is like the new star? I know I do agree with Matt. The star is dead. Like, is there anybody on the horizon who you think could break through and become that new star, male or female?
There's certain people that I like, but I don't think they're like the kind of stars that you saw in like the 80s or 90s or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like for example, Mia Goth, I think is amazing. I think she's an amazing actress. I think she's like got every like quality that it would take to be like a great actress, but like nobody really knows who the fuck that is. Like aside from people that are really into the genre and stuff like
That's
that.
what I
like,
said last night. Yeah, it's she's really good, but she's very much pigeonholed into genre films, and I don't really think most people know who she is, like you said.
No.
What about old Hammerhead? She's got that Furiosa movie that's coming
Yeah.
out. That could be like a kind of a big.
Have you seen some of the shit from that though? I watched like some of the
No.
trailer and I was like, oh my god, it looks awful. Like some of it.
Does it really?
Hammerhead.
Yeah, old Hammerhead. Yeah.
That's what we lovingly call Anya Taylor Joy. Oh, Hammerhead.
God.
I think though, like she's a star. I mean, I just think like the problem is the material. Like they don't have. It's like the Rock, for instance. He's like the big action movie star.
Oh god.
He fucking is. Who else is?
He is, man, but like I don't understand it. Like I've never
Well,
liked
you don't
any
have to
movie.
understand it, but he's just like most of these movies. Well, all of his movies pretty much suck. But at the same time, what in the fuck's he going to do? All this shit sucks. These studios are coming out with.
That's
you know.
true. He needs to be in Hamlet or
You know.
something. Up his game.
He's going to piss some more water bottles. More Voss bottles.
Voss bottles. Well, that's a lot of fucking piss.
How lazy you have to be to get up and go to the bathroom. Just go. You don't need to be in a bottle. For fuck's sake.
Piss in this fucking bottle.
That'd be so
Peter,
uncomfortable to even try to do anyway. Like, come on.
Peter Freakout does say that he did see Stranger Chapter 1. He says, what a piece of shit. So, yeah.
Rennie Harlan. Well, it's not like, what was the last movie that Rennie Harlan did that was good? It was at least 30 years ago or something, right?
That's true. Have you heard this? I haven't even heard this. They're releasing pieces on 4K.
Wow. Didn't know
There's
that.
an advertisement that someone had, and there was like a picture of what's coming out. It was like Slaughter High and Pieces amongst the other films that they have already released. So people
Look,
put two and two together. It's like, well, must
if
be
they
these are coming
do,
next.
if they do that, if they release, are you saying they're going to release Slaughter High too? Is that what they were saying?
Yeah, that was in the whole
In
ad. It's
4K,
like a bunch of
boss.
releases they've done, and then they added those two, Slaughter High and Pieces. So it looks
If
like
they add,
that'll be the
they're
future.
man, they're if they do those two, they're probably at the top of the boutique labels in my opinion right now.
Do you think there's that many people though? Like those have already been. There's good releases of those out though.
Yeah, but those are like major titles though, man. Like that's not like their usual fucking whatever, Strike Commando or something like that. Like everybody's familiar.
I love
with
Strike
those.
Commando.
I love Strike Commando too, but it's
I thought
I get
that
what you mean.
was
It's not Pieces.
wasn't that a
Yeah.
Grindhouse releasing title? What
it
happened
was.
to them?
Yeah.
Seems like
It
they
was.
hardly ever put anything out.
So's the Beyond. I keep waiting for their asses, and they're traveling around with it, doing theater shows with the Beyond right now, like showing the 4K.
That's the thing
Print
about
and
Grindhouse,
theaters.
man. They take their damn time. Like it'll probably be 2 years from now or 3 years.
Yeah.
It's like Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
So let's
Damn it,
see.
Slippy, stop bitching about Burial's Cop 2. God damn it, get the damn thing done. Shit. You pissed at me. That's okay. It's not their fault.
There's a lot of people
You
talking about
pissed at me.
a lot of people talking about Diddy humping a bunch of different people. I got to wade through those comments. Oh, I see. This leak supposedly came from Rumor magazine. Well, I'm glad Rumor's doing something nowadays. I hadn't heard anything about them in 20 years.
Yeah, I'm surprised like all these they're still making all these magazines, aren't you guys? Like they're all still around,
Yeah.
kinda.
Mhm.
Like I think Fangoria and Horror Hound is like every quarter. Is
Hmm.
Room Org? Well, I don't know. Is Room Org every month still, or every other month, or
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's been so long since I've gotten any magazines, so I stopped following all that stuff. I
Well,
didn't even
isn't
know
it
people
like
still
20
bought it.
bucks a magazine? Like 20 bucks
Fangoria
a
is?
magazine? So yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's like everything goes up.
Some of these comments. I don't know why this one got me though. Madam Webb makes golf look eventful.
That's true.
Uh,
Oh god, by the way, did you hear they're doing Happy Gilmore 2?
no, they're not.
For
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, I heard
They
that a while
are.
ago.
Netflix, Adam Sandler
Mhm.
coming back.
It's going to be
Happy
on
Gilmore
Netflix.
Of course, yeah.
For crying out loud.
Is that Beverly Hills Cop new one on Netflix, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
It's coming, yeah, this
Oh.
July or June on Netflix.
That seems to be their
June or
thing right
July.
now. Is just to try to restart some of these old properties and series and make put them on Netflix. Which I mean, they're gonna be awful, man. Like, remember when the Coming to America one that was? Oh my god, I was watching that.
Yeah,
just like,
that's. I don't understand that at all.
That was probably one of the worst.
Yeah. That was Amazon. That was awful.
Mhm.
Horrid.
well, buddy, why the fuck don't you want to ask me or somebody else? You just want to ask CK that one question? Why don't you ask all of us, buddy? There's 4 of us in here. That's rude.
The worst Marvel film you have seen. God, boys, it's been such a long time since I've seen any superhero movies or Marvel movies. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 was pretty damn, like, it was eye-rolling bad. Like, I don't know what in the fuck went on. While that movie was being made.
Is the studio fucking with him?
It seemed like there was a lot of.
That's what he said. Like he had completely different ideas, and they came in. They said, "No, you got to do this, this, and that." And so,
Yeah, because truthfully, like the first 2 that he did, I really loved both of those. Like, I thought they were both really good. But yeah, the third one was. Well, I don't know. Didn't he have a fucking dance number and shit in there? And I was like, what in the fuck is this? What in the fuck is this?
That was also the birth of, I think, goth Spider-Man or goth Peter Parker.
emo Spider-Man.
Emo Peter Parker. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bully McGuire, which is like one of the most annoying memes I see everywhere. I'm so sick of seeing his face. To be or not to be McGuire's face. I'm so sick of seeing his face. I just want him to leave my planet.
Well, listen, Caleb, I just wanted you to know he only asked that question to CK, so we can't answer that question. We're just going to move on.
There you go.
Yeah, we're not allowed. It's illegal.
Yeah. What a question. Anyone on here a Walter Matthau fan?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I mean, actually, I am. You mentioned it. I haven't thought about him in a while, but
Yeah, it's been a while.
oh god, Nickelback.
Yeah,
is awful.
Grumpy Old Men films were fun. Do you
Speaking
remember
of
that
which,
Dennis the Menace movie?
Yeah, Mr.
it's
Wilson.
not that bad. Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah.
that was that bad. Speaking of which, let me run this by y'all because I was thinking about this recently when that movie came up too. How many movies was or TV shows for that matter was Burgess Meredith in that he stole the whole fucking show? Like, I think that guy might be one of the most underappreciated actors. The Twilight Zone episode he was in, everybody remembers that.
Mm-hmm.
His Penguin in the original Batman series, everybody remembers that. It's widely considered like one of the best, if not the best. Rocky as Mick, that movie, all the Grumpy Old Men movies, like he's the most memorable character in those. It's like that dude, almost every movie he was in.
Yep. No, he's good. Old Burgess boss. That was one of those guys too that looked like he was 90 years old for 30 years.
That's true.
What was wasn't there a flashback scene in like Rocky 5 or something when he was still alive?
There was.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's one of the
And
best
he
scenes.
still looks exactly the same.
Get up,
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Just Robin. Just Mickey loves you.
Go
You know,
fuck
Bill.
yourself up.
Is that what he
I
said?
didn't
to
hear
him?
no bell.
You're a fucking pussy.
Get up, bitch. Okay. I was hoping this would come up. Thoughts on the Hatchet franchise getting a Steelbook Blu-ray?
I saw that on Instagram.
It's like $70 too, by the way.
Yeah.
Was it?
Jesus.
How many did they make of them? 4?
Four
Four.
movies.
I haven't seen 3 or 4. I was
You're
just
not
in the
missing
first
it.
2. I definitely
Yeah.
smelled what Danielle was cooking in part 2, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the eyebrow. I forgot about that.
Mhm.
One thing though, man, like I hate those movies are fucking bullshit, and they marketed the first movie as a slasher movie, like it's an 80s style slasher movie. It's not a fucking 80s. It's like
Yeah, the tagline was old school American horror or something like that.
Yep.
it's
That was
more
the way it was
along the
presented.
lines of like a spoof scary movie or something like that, in my opinion. But I mean, those movies have a following, so you can't really fault Dark Sky for doing that because people love them or hate them. A lot of people will probably buy that.
I don't fault Dark Sky. I just fault those films for existing, really.
I fault Adam Green.
Yeah. Do either one of y'all like those movies, Matt or Mark?
Me? No. I mean,
I like
Go
the
ahead.
effects in the first one, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't ever go back to watch them, even for that. Like I've seen them.
The effects are good, but some of the time they look kind of ridiculous. Like, don't they rip somebody's jaw off or something like that? And it looks like fucking baked spaghetti coming out of their.
Is that
like
the
that,
second?
Again.
I can't remember if that's the second one or not, because I know like as each film goes along, like it
It's
gets
like
progressively
extra
worse.
cheesy baked spaghetti.
It does. Like Mark, by the time you get to Victor Crowley, like the effects in that movie look
It's
fucking
It's so
awful.
yeah. I
Um,
don't
Yeah,
know what
very
the hell.
cheap.
but yeah, that being said, like all those movies I think are pretty bad just in general. But here's a bigger part of the problem too is I remember we went to a convention. I can't remember, it was a Whorehound show. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Whorehound. And like they were hyping that movie up. Like they had it playing on
The Anchor Bay table. It was like the
TVs
first
and
Whorehound that we ever went to, I think.
and it was like, you know, this is the second coming. This is going to reinvigorate like, you know, slasher films. And they just were like, it was everywhere and everybody was talking about it. And then when we saw it, like there's no way it could have lived up to that hype either that was going on around that time.
Well, yeah, I mean they hyped it around all those killer death scenes. Like they were showing all that stuff off. So you're thinking like, wow, this is great. Like I haven't seen anything like this in a while. Until you
It
see the
was.
movie.
Until you see the movie, yeah.
Yeah, it
when the
was
bell
like
rang.
that movie was made a couple of years before it actually came out, I think. Like, weren't they trying to get a theatrical run for it and they never could?
right.
I think it may have been finished at least a year or two before it came out.
They probably could get
Yeah,
a
I
run
think you
now,
guys,
to be honest.
like you guys said it best a long time ago. It's like if you took one of those slasher films, but the characters were from American Pie, it just didn't work, and it didn't work for me. And it just all for Adam Green. I like when he's not doing those films. I like Digging Up the Marrow. I like
Frozen, yeah, that was solid.
but just those Hatchet films he made money off, and I think those are his worst films.
Did you ever hear that motherfucker claimed that he had never seen Madman?
Yeah. Well, James Gunn never saw Night of the Creeps, and he did Slither. So
Right.
Right.
They don't even know what that stuff is, man. They just original. They just happen to
If you
think
like-
look, they made something look exactly like those movies, but they don't know anything about it.
But he admits he's a big '80s horror fan, but he's never seen Madman. I mean, that's strange to me.
Well,
So
the
it smells like
fucking,
bullshit.
aside from just being completely jacked, fucking Victor Crowley basically is Madman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, inbred steroids.
Michael Rajpal wants to know what our thoughts are on the Burbs. This is a Canadian super chat.
It's my favorite
Love it.
Joe Dante movie. I think it's fantastic. It's one of my favorite. I consider it a horror comedy. One of my favorites.
I need to revisit that movie, man. It's been many, many years, but I did see it in theaters when it came out. I remember it vividly because when I was, what year was that? Like 89, 88, 89, something like that. So I was watching reruns of Dennis the Menace on Nickelodeon, and I saw fucking Gail Gordon, who was the second Mr. Wilson. What was his character's name in that? He was the neighbor, the nosy old neighbor. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But I was shocked that motherfucker was
Was it
still
Walter?
alive. Yeah, I think it was Walter. I think that was the
Yeah, he had
character's
the
name.
little dog. Yeah.
I was like, that fucking guy's still alive? Which, I mean, it's probably 30 plus years later, I guess. And he was an old man in that show.
Mhm.
So I was just shocked that dude was still alive.
That's easily my favorite Tom Hanks film. Yeah, I could watch that film. Probably my favorite Joe Dante. Sally didn't do it when it came out, but
Mhm.
it definitely has lived a life of. You relate to it in a weird way because maybe you've all had those weird neighbors and you expect something a bit crazy and cuckoo about them, and
I
they
think
happen
I
to be
am.
right.
I think I am that neighbor, to be honest. But no, seriously though, I think that movie gets better as you get older too. Like the more times that I've watched it, the more I've liked it. I didn't like it when I was a kid at all because you don't understand it. It's like a dark humor, kind of suburban, just weird film that you don't really get when you're a kid. I didn't get it at all.
What's
when I
the
was a kid.
definitive, like, home video version of that? Who has it out?
The Scream Factory is
Scream Factory put it out, and Arrow Video put it out as well.
Shout Select. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll get the Arrow video version of it.
Yeah, I probably would. Here's another thing I was hoping would come up too. I can't wait to hear everybody's opinion on this.
Oh. It's a stupid title.
Listen, it's the Jason multiverse. We're all just living in it.
So Victor Miller owns the first one, and then the others own everything after that. So that's why they can't use Friday the 13th, but they own Jason. So if they make the movie, it's going to be Jason this, Jason goes to camp, Jason steers stupid, Jason, all this other shit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's what it's going to be. They don't milk every drop out of it, and it's going to be bullshit. Jason dolls, Jason video games, Jason TV shows, Jason Pornhubs.
It's like the Chucky Child's Play thing. I mean,
You're going to run it into the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
But I know, like some folks out there, I know they want more Jason stuff. But are you guys more excited about it then?
No, I don't.
Did you
want
talk
any
about how
more-
you want to
I
see
don't
the
want any
Friday the
more
13th?
franchise shit, man. Like I don't.
I just know
Like-
they'll screw it up. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Friday the 13th would be the one that I'd be most interested in though, because they haven't done anything with that in so long. But I just still don't see it going well. Like
It's the hardest concept to fuck up is a slasher movie. Like if they hire anybody that's a fan of those original films, or what are they doing? A film? Or are they doing a TV show? I mean, I didn't really look at it too much. I just
it
saw
didn't
that.
really say, did it? Did it?
It was very vague. It said entertainment, games, merchandise, stuff like that, all revolving around the Jason character.
Of all those movies, though, so I mean, I think right now of all those franchises, Friday the 13th could make the most money of any of them if they do it right, if they market it correctly, if Jason is all over the trailer, they have it like old school style Jason.
Yep.
You said that they can't call it Friday the 13th. Then Jason, it's got to be Jason something in the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jason Lives. They could just call it Jason Lives or something like that. And the concept of it, as long as there's good death scenes, they need to bring the nudity back. It's really fucking hard to screw up, but they'll probably screw it up.
Yeah.
I think I know how they will too, but I'm afraid to talk about it on here.
Adrian Barbeau with a shotgun.
That's what I was thinking. Or Amy Steele.
I mean,
it would be
uh,
Amy. Amy, yeah. She'd be living in a cabin somewhere out in the middle of nowhere.
what's the actress in the first film?
Adrian
King.
Adrian
Yeah.
King said that she was going to be a part of that TV show, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She was supposed to have a significant role in it, but that got canceled.
They all have shotguns.
show
They'll
up
come
your
for
ass.
Jason.
They're coming for him.
They don't pay attention in the sequels anyway, so Adrian King could be that character. They could just act like she never died.
Let's see.
Yeah. Fuck.
I just don't. I find it hard. I know people say that we're too negative about this kind of stuff, but I find it really difficult to get excited about franchise reboots or fucking anything like that now.
There's a new Friday the 13th.
Like,
Oh, look at the face.
how many times are we going to be tricked? It's like, here's your little piece of candy. You want some candy? No, it's shit. We're sorry. It's a turd.
We have 212 people watching us live right now, so we are doing a multi-stream. So we're on RamboRaph4Life channel. We're on Stuntman Mark's channel and the DeadPit channel. So go around to all those, do a fucking tornado and subscribe and like every damn one of them different
Fucking
streams.
tornado. That's killing.
Yeah,
Do the
go
Texas
around like
tornado.
a wave. Yeah,
Do a P Diddy.
yeah. Because
No,
we're still
No, don't do it.
Diddy.
Don't do it, P. Diddy.
No
Come think
Diddy.
of it.
we're yeah, you can call us Big Papa Boss.
You can't, but since there's so many people in here, you can
We're
blow
on
your load
the-
all over the like button if you want to.
We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, Uncle Bill, so we very much appreciate all you fuckers in this chat. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Uncle Bill. Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
I think I got like 4 super chats. I think I got like 4 super chats, but I can't hit the damn button on any of them.
Oh, I'll hit him. Don't worry.
We're supposed to hit the super
I'm
chats
not-
first anyway.
Well,
we were
look,
like Vince
motherfucker,
Russo.
I'm like literally 50 things behind here. So
Bro.
I'm sorry.
We're all doing the super chats first, bro.
Hey, brother, I gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, speaking
That
of eating,
fucking
what's your
guy,
favorite
man.
meal?
Favorite meal, boys.
Gun to your head, last meal. They're like, we're gonna fix you your last meal, and then we're gonna shoot you in the fucking head. What do you pick?
Pussy.
That's so funny. That was my response last time. We got that question. You remember that, Matt, on your channel?
Yeah, I remember
I said
that.
the same thing.
I said, ain't no matter
Swear
me. I'll be dead. I won't give a shit.
That's gonna be a clip video. I'll tell you that right now. All right, we're gonna skip.
Ain't
that
nothing better than pussy, boss.
Pussy.
Butt rock. Whatever the hell that guy said.
Let's go down some here and try to get some of these other super chats. Okay. Hey,
I
Matt.
Jacob, I sent it in the chat, Jacob. I put the link in and stuff. So no worries.
God, I really have to go far down here. Where the fuck is the next one? Cheers from Germany, Parseval. What the hell are you doing in Germany up this late? Or it might be early. I'm not sure.
He's over eating beans and taters and eggs or whatever the hell they do for breakfast over there.
Beans and taters, eggs,
Beans and taters and
and
eggs.
eggs. I think it's beans and toast, isn't it? Some nasty German concoction. And they drink beer with it. Yeah. I just want to get to this question real quick. Yes, I think $38 is fucking. I can't even say the word that I think that is anymore. But fright rags, you can fall directly out of the dick tree and hit every dick down until you get to the ground, which is made up of dicks.
I've linked you up.
Like $38 for a shirt.
It's redonkulous, boys. I've linked everybody in the chat. Shop.deadpit.com is the place to go to get you fucking t-shirts, boys. Half the price of those cocksuckers at Fright Rags.
So Street Factory takes those down too.
Yeah, Scream Factory will
Fuck
fucking.
Asshole.
They'll claim like every Dead Pit shirt. It's on there.
I think I may have found like the greatest comment that we've ever had on here. He says, I'm so drunk tonight, I'll shave my head clean live with foam and a razor if a woman comes in and smokes a cigarette with me. I just want y'all know that he'll do that.
He's had some yummy gummies tonight, I believe.
He's fine.
Yeah, stream that. Yeah, stream it for your channel. It'll be big.
Yeah, blow the.
Be huge.
Thank you, Bubby.
Thank you, Wild Wrangler.
Yeah, that was a good
Thank you
video.
very much.
Lord God. This is a great idea for a new shark movie. Schindler's Shark. It's
Give him time.
World War II epic. Let's see here.
Give him time.
All right. Okay. Any of them for this question. What is a film or franchise that all of you would never want Rob Zombie or David Gordon Green to touch?
Phantasm.
Rambo.
I mean,
That'd be the
anything.
worst
I don't
fucking
want-
thing.
I don't
Rob
want
Zombie's
either one of
Rambo.
them
Jesus
mother.
Christ.
You imagine that? That'd be awesome. Like,
Don't
he'd be
know.
out there. Oh,
I was gonna say like
Fucking dick licker. Fuck. Shooting
I was
arrows
gonna
every
say
time he shoots an arrow.
Terminator or
He
something,
kills
but,
him with another dick licker.
but Terminator's already so fucked up it wouldn't really matter.
it
Oh,
would.
same with Evil Dead. Like I don't know.
They're doing 2 more. So you can enjoy
Yeah.
that, Mark.
I know. Don't remind me.
I'll remind you again, they're doing 2 more, Mark.
Lots
You
of
go see, you don't
semen.
like it.
Let me ask you this question because I did think about this today too. Who do you prefer as a director at this point, Rob Zombie or David Gordon Green?
Well, you got to look at the last movies that these guys did. So what's worse, The Munsters or Halloween Ends?
That's like
That's really tough.
Any film or horror films?
just as a director.
I'll pick David Gordon Green only because I liked a few of his non-horror films, like Pineapple Express. I thought was fun for what it was. Joe was okay. That's more of like drama, but he needs to stay the hell out of horror. So is Rob Zombie. He needs to stay out of horror too. Like very few, but I watched Pineapple Express over anything Rob Zombie has done.
Yeah, I mean David Gordon Green's the better director for sure, but yeah, his horror efforts are ridiculously bad.
Dog shit.
I don't think even the stuff that like I really liked from Rob Zombie back in the day, I don't think, except for the first half of House of a Thousand Corpses, I don't think has aged very well. And the later
Even
stuff, that
Devil's
was done-
Rejects.
yeah,
There's a lot
I
of
mean,
people put over
even
Devil's Rejects.
even that to me hasn't aged that great now. I still like it, but it's not. I don't like it as much as I did. And like the later stuff that he did, you might as well fucking just forget it, throw it in the trash. It's like garbage. David Gordon
Like
Green.
31.
Oh God.
I think David. I listen. I'll be honest with you. I think David Gordon Green of either one of those two guys made the worst film. I think Halloween Ends is the worst film of either one of those two people. Like I think that
Is
might
it
be one of the
really
worst
worse than
films.
Halloween 2 though?
Yes, it's possibly to me like one of the worst mainstream like attempts at a horror film ever made. And I don't give a fuck. I really think that. Like I think that movie's almost incoherent, unwatchable trash.
It's fucking trash. You know, that's the one that I never did go back and rewatch it. I still haven't. I watched it that one time.
I'll never watch again. I know. Like ain't no way.
You talking about Ends or Halloween 2?
Ends.
Oh.
I actually did go back and now I think the theatrical version of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is the version to watch. So a lot of people putting over that director's cut. To me, the director's cut was the total shits.
Hmm.
Good Lord, Bulls. How far behind am I?
You're behind.
Okay. Real behind. Okay, here we go. Carter says saw the Beyond 4K in theaters. It's incredible. Would love to see that. It won't probably come anywhere near us.
It's not going to come to the Strand, unfortunately.
Bobby says with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Bobby.
Ooh, Bobby.
Matt.
Oh, because I did this? Okay. I was wondering what he meant. Okay.
Matt Sparkles. Mike OCP is Rainbow Dash. Avery is Pinkie Pie. John is
I
Flesh
think that's
Bobby is
my
Applejack.
name.
It is. Mark is Starlight. CK is Celestia, and Uncle Bill is Luna. I want to be Applejack. I'm a fucking hillbilly. I should be Applejack. Where's Applejack in this equation?
Please, someone draw this
Yes.
and put on a t-shirt.
Pinkie
That's a
Pie,
t-shirt.
baby. I want to be Pinkie Pie.
Daddy.
Let me tell you something, Pinkie Pie.
They need to do that show with that voice you just did, just talking the whole time. I'd actually watch it with that.
Where
Name
is
for me, Bobby. But
Steve
thank
Mack?
you.
Have you heard anything from him?
I've got him on Facebook, but no, I don't talk to him hardly.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Hmm.
This is Rue Moore guy from back in the day.
Oh, okay.
He ran
Hope he's
Rue
doing
Moore
well.
Radio, which, by the way, won several rondos against us. Where's Rue Moore Radio now, bitch?
What is a rondo?
Rondo Hatton Award.
Yeah.
The old the old time shitbag radio hour from back in the day. They put him over. He was in movies
So
in
it's
the
like a
30s
real
and
thing?
40s.
Might like something made up, like bullshit awards.
Pretty much.
Bobby says, I was going to put Matt as Rainbow
Oh,
Dash
thanks.
because Rainbow sounds like Rambo and he loves action. I think Matt should.
As long as you put me somewhere, as long as not 6 feet under, put me anywhere else.
A lot of people don't know this, but Garrett is a huge stoner. He smokes copious amounts of weed. And
There's a dispensary right near his house. A lot of people don't realize he's in Rhode Island. So
He's got
recreational marijuana is
It's
vape
100.
pens, bongs. He hits water bongs constantly. It's bad. It's really bad. Right
Uncle
now.
Bill, did you know that they passed it in Ohio last year?
No. You mean recreational?
There's 40 dispensaries being built right now, baby.
Let me
Right
tell you
on the
something.
state line, if you will.
Let me tell you, you're going to cross that line, Daddy. If that passes in Kentucky, this place, it might just be a cloud of smoke. You could look at it from a satellite and there'd just be a fucking cloud of smoke over this area. You'd never get anything done. There'd be people in the McDonald's parking lot just fucking just eating.
Dude, like, we're a good hour away or hour and a half away from Ohio. I don't know is there that many people locally that even know? Because if they knew, They'd be like, God damn, boy, let's go. Road trip.
Okay, here's my question. If you go and get weed from Ohio and cross state lines with it, is that like a federal kind of like how does that work?
You're not supposed to do that. So
Yeah, I feel like
in
that's a bad idea.
2020, and here in Illinois, it went legal, and everybody from the state of Indiana crossed over and was coming in to get stuff, and they were telling people like, your
If you
ID
get caught
says
with it,
Indiana.
you're
Yeah,
fucked.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to take this back over. So people kept doing it.
But
It's
people
like
don't.
there, it's a big deal. Like it's considered like contraband. Like you're not supposed to have anything at all.
I think we've got like medical marijuana.
We do right
passed.
now, yeah. There's a whole thing about that too, though.
So I can
There's
just
a
say I've got a
whole-
prescription for some of them gummies that I was carrying with me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in and be like, I'm anxious. I'm having panic attacks every day, boys.
My back's hurt.
I got glaucoma. Help.
Go
Wait,
get
me,
CK. You got to go get some of Hogan's weed that he's got out now.
Brother.
I've got plantar fasciitis. God damn
Loves
it.
the Lord, loves his weed. Chips, regardless, only wants to ask CK this again. What is the best DC movie you've ever seen?
Batman
Just
is
you.
DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I would
Yes,
say Batman 89. That's an easy one for me because I love that movie.
saw that theater at the Strand. It
That's a
was the
comfort movie.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the most crowded I've ever seen that theater, and probably will ever see it again. I want to hear y'all's thoughts or rant about the Jason universe that was announced. I think we did that.
Yeah, we did. I'll say this for emotionless. Like we talked about before, they'll melt everything out, and people just want to hope for things to be better? Is that what it is? Is it they love the nostalgia back to the day, and they just, because of the way things are nowadays, not to get too much into it, they just hope for something that makes them think back to when they were kids or something, so they need to hold on to this stuff adamantly, sometimes violently? Is that what it is, or is there something else I'm not getting?
I think the whole society now is positive about everything. Everything is fucking bubblegum and lollipops and rainbows and butterflies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is great. I love it all. Let me drink some pee. I love it.
What? Let me drink some. What?
Pee ain't that bad to drink. If you're thirsty
Those
enough,
boss bottles.
it's wet. I
Those
didn't
boss
drink that.
bottles.
Like drink it because it's sterile. And I like the taste.
In the Native Americans, I can't say the other word, they believed in drinking pee.
Did they? Was the talk out there like pee good?
It's so funny you mentioned that. I just
Angel
watched
spinach.
that show. What is it called? My Strange Addiction. And there's a
God, this
couple
is-
on there, and they drink their own piss
Of course,
all
they
the
do.
time, and they bathe in it too. And they would just
They bathe in it first and then they drink it.
they spend the whole episode like, yeah, it's good for you. Like, I don't have any health problems.
This piss cure my
My-
glaucoma, boy.
My skin is the best it's ever been.
If you ever, here's the thing: if you ever catch me pissing into a bottle for any reason, shoot me. It's over with. I've gone insane. Something's happened. Like once you get to pissing into shit, it's just it's over with.
I'll make sure to remember that.
It's like if you really get into World War II, like you're getting ready to die, like you're getting old, it's time to go away. You start pissing into just jugs, and well, with the exception of
J
one
Real.
person.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about Jay.
I'm not talking about J Real in that way. I just mean like if you're pissing into stuff to use it later for something else, it's probably time to go.
What if you're really thirsty though and there's nothing else to drink? What if
No.
you put What if it, okay, listen to this, guys. Listen to this. So if you had one of those water filters, so you filtered it, so it was extra,
like a Brita.
yeah, like a Brita filter,
Yeah.
and then you put a little bit of Kool-Aid in it and mixed it up, put ice in it. Wouldn't be that bad.
No, I'd probably be
Come
all
on.
right. So here's what: if y'all want to try that later, go ahead. Anybody listen to this? Just piss into a Brita filter, put you some Kool-Aid mix in it. Try it out.
God damn it, boys. We come up with shit like this. We deserve 10,000 subscribers. So come on.
Yeah, that's your thing to get us 10,000.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Piss into a Brita filter for the future. That's our new tagline here. You know what? Justin Smith, oddly enough, he did actually have a line at the last convention that we were at.
You guys just weren't
Okay.
in it. That's all.
We weren't in that line.
We walked right by him, though.
Yeah.
He's
I
a little
wouldn't see him.
fart.
If he was fucking right across the street, I wouldn't walk over to him. Favorite Roger Corman films from Cheryl's Horrible Horror.
I like the OG Death Race.
Man, there's so
Once he
many.
direct-
There's a million of them.
He directed or produced when he said favorite.
I don't know. I
Good
guess just
question.
anything he had to do with. I guess it could be either.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with Big Bad Mama and Death Race 2000, baby.
Mhm.
That's a good one.
I like the old, like the Edgar Allan Poe movies that he directed. Like the poster that I got him to sign was the Tales of Terror poster. It's like an old anthology movie with Vincent Price and Peter Lorre. That's a really cool one. But I mean, Jesus Christ, so many of those like New World Pictures stuff that he did.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Humanoids
Party
from the
Massacre.
Deep is one that's I always thought was fun.
That is a crazy but great movie, yeah. All right, Bobby's got another super chat. He says Matt as
Oh,
Rambo, Mike OCP as RoboCop,
Sure.
Jeffrey as Hulk, John as Jaw, Fabio as Power Ranger, Mike
Sure.
CV as Star Trek, Mark as Hicks from Aliens, CK and Uncle Bill as Zombies.
Oh man! I'll be like Bill Heinzman
Yeah.
or whatever his name. Ah!
Oh God, Flesh Eater himself. Jesus
That
Christ.
movie.
Thank
that
you,
movie.
Bobby. I appreciate that.
That has the best sound effects I've ever seen in any movie or ever heard in any movie, I guess.
Really? How so?
What?
What
Who?
happened?
Some of these
Who?
comments just don't make any sense.
What? When? Where?
Tony Moran can't get shit from us. He can't get nothing.
I think something's about getting ready to happen with Tony Moran. He's been too quiet lately. Something's going to happen.
He's gonna drop another banger video on us.
He's going to drink
Oh,
some
great.
pee on a live stream or something.
He's gonna bread out some pee, if you will, into the
He's going to get a
tang.
hold of one of the Rock's Voss bottles and think it's liquor or something. But it's pee.
Do you guys like the original Blair Witch Project? I love it. I heard that Stephen King couldn't get to the end. It scared him too bad. I think we all like that movie.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't have
Yeah.
any problems with it. I don't watch it a lot. I'll definitely say that. I haven't watched it in a long time. As a matter of fact, I think I only still have that old like artisan DVD they put out.
Somebody was saying that the director told fans at or no, it was one of the directors that the
Mhm.
ideal way to watch that movie is on VHS.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. And maybe July do like a 25th anniversary because it's 25 years now since that film came out.
Yep. That's a hell of an idea, really. Hire Damien Leone to do a Friday the 13th movie.
Mm.
I mean, if you want to do a straight up slasher film, yeah. Like
Have it
with
extra
actual gore,
gory.
that's a good idea. This is just for you, CK. Why is Garrett always looking mad and stoned in the podcast? or Mad
So
Stone
about the
podcast?
stoner.
I guess because he's getting some of that good shit from the dispensaries up the road in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Why he's such a goddamn stoner? Like everybody's like, why Deer so stoned? Stop getting stoned.
Oh God.
Gotta work his way up to crack pipes.
Let's see.
Baby steps.
Gizmo wants to know what your channel is, Stuntman. So tell him.
Stuntman Mark, just search it on YouTube. It'll come right up.
There you go. I'm trying to figure out what this is.
As Mark.
Oh,
MARQ is Mark.
Late Night with the
Yeah.
Devil.
MARQ. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Did you?
I haven't seen it either. I started to watch it one night and I was just too fucking tired, so I was like, I don't know. But no, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I like it.
I watched it on Shudder, and I really liked it. I thought the ending was a little David Lynchian, if you could say that, maybe.
Which
But
part? I'm curious what you mean by that.
The main ending of it, where he's like, I don't want to give away the main end, but yeah, where he's out of it, then comes back into it, or maybe he's never into it, like depending on how you want to look at it.
Okay. I know what you mean now.
But up to that point, like it's a great throwback kind of 70s style movie. And that guy, I forget his name, but he does an amazing job.
Das Melchin.
Yeah. I mean, he's great.
Yeah, he's the reason to watch. I mean, he's the best part of it, in my opinion.
And I've always been fascinated too by the what was the guy's name that used to disprove all the psychics and stuff? They've got like a character like that in the movie too.
Yeah.
The Amazing Randy. That was his name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he would go on these talk shows and disprove like psychic.
That had to be based off him.
Like, it was 100%
okay.
clearly like that's who that guy was supposed to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was always been fascinated by that guy and him like going around doing that. And then to see that like in a movie was pretty cool.
Yeah. If I got any problems with it, it's just the unnecessary CGI.
There's some of that. Yeah.
I mean, the one moment where they have the projectile vomiting, it's like you could have done that practically.
a little bit too on the nose with the Exorcist too in the one scene, I think.
Yeah.
Could have done something a little bit.
That. Yeah.
A little bit more clever, but other than that.
Very cliche, but the movie still works, I think.
Cool.
This is a crazy question. What are your memories of Jesse Ventura being governor of Minnesota?
I have none.
I lived in Iowa, so I didn't care. You teach have over there.
Minnesota's a long way from Eastern Kentucky, so
yeah, I don't remember anything about anything he did as governor or anything like that.
He didn't cut any promos.
His voice,
I lived close enough that we like lived in the middle of nowheres because there was like a gas station, a school, and roads. That's it. So you had to go like 40 miles to get. So you go across the Minnesota border. And pretty much they just said, this guy sucks. Like you went over here is like, fuck is this guy?
It's just like one term, right? 4 years.
I think so. But it didn't seem like he did anything in the long run that people remember other than the fact he got in office in the first place. But I mean, I like Jesse Ventura. I still didn't see his conspiracy show. I know people say it was really weird.
Isn't he like in the Baja now? Isn't that what he always says?
The Baja.
I live in the Baja. Not even on the map.
I'll be right back, boys. I'm going to have to go shit.
He could have just left. Like there was really no need to explain. Uncle Bill, did you see the latest teaser image I did with the throwing stars, the ninja throwing stars? Maybe 9 deaths of the ninja finally. That's what I think, unless the only other thing I can think of that it would be, because I know that like Kino has Revenge of the Ninja and all that stuff. It could be American Ninja, which would be insane if it was, but because they're saying it's like a huge action movie from that time period, but we'll see.
That'd be cool.
Huh.
Knowing them, it'll probably be something you never heard of. Like they get you all hyped up and then.
Yeah.
1750 films, yes. There are some of those hats left. I'm pretty sure. You have to ask Wes when he gets back from taking a shit. Only on this stream. I have seen. Have you guys seen this trailer? This looks like something I would actually really like.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's from the killer's perspective. It's a slasher, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that.
It's supposed to be like a backwoods slasher too, which it's really hard for me not to like those type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
Except they're from Visitor Syndrome. Well, I guess they weren't backwoods, but last slumber party, whatever.
Oh my god! Don't get me started on that movie, man. 45 long slide with the laser sighting. Uzi 9mm. 12 gauge auto load. I can go on.
I love that scene.
See. Anyone interested in the Terminator anime? To be honest with you, I didn't know that there was such a thing.
Not really.
Yeah, it's coming out in a few months. I mean, it's like a lot of franchises. It's easy to be burnt out on them. There's more bad than good.
Mm-hmm.
That's most franchises. I mean, it's hard to decipher anything.
Very true. People talking about smoking weed, dispensaries. Bobby's back for Matt.
So thank you,
Another think with honey. Excuse me.
Oh yeah,
with honey.
He had mentioned something about these critters he knew called honey badgers. He described what they were, and I didn't know what they were because I looked at the title. Basically, what their state venom immunity is if they get bitten, sleep off the venom, and after the sleep they eat the snake. They go to beehive. That's cool, Bobby. Yeah, I didn't know anything about him. He was telling me about him in another stream. He's really into that stuff. That's cool, man. I didn't know much about him. As long as they get the fuck away from me. That's all I care about. Just don't be in my room.
Nothing to do with him.
No, you stay far away. Don't steal my Mellow Yellow. I'd be pissed.
That's what honey badgers do. They steal Mellow Yellow.
Damn them.
Me?
Need to shoot them in the face.
What are your thoughts on the show Breaking Bad? I don't think anybody's ever asked us that question.
I've seen the first season. I like it so far, especially Bryan Cranston. And in a few days, I want to see season 2, episode 1 or 2. Liked it so far. Seems like pretty good. And it seemed like they knew, from what I understand, they knew to end the show before it got repetitious or... Because most people don't know that. They don't know when to end the show on a high point. They always burn it to the ground, like X-Files and all this other stuff. I mentioned because someone from X-Files helped create that show. So far, I like it.
Yeah, Vince Gilligan was one of the best writers on X-Files. And he was sorely missing when they did the relaunch in 2016 or 2017 or whatever. But Breaking Bad's in my top 5 favorite shows of all time. It's by the time you do watch it, I mean, you might think that it's overhyped, but it lives up to the hype. It's one of the very few things that does live up to the hype that does surround it. I never would have thought that it would have got as big as it did. Because when it first started, there was people watching it for sure, but it wasn't until the later seasons where it kind of blew up, and it's only gotten even bigger since it's ended. It deserved all the success. Phenomenal show. I'd recommend it to anybody. It's an easy recommendation because it's really great.
Watched it when it was out, and the part where I knew that this was going to be an amazing show was the episode where, I can't really say what happened. I'll say this, Mark, and you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the episode with Gus. When that episode happened.
Oh, the episode called Box Cutter.
With how it happened and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was just this show is it went from a good show to a great show. And then after that, it never really slowed down to me. It just kept. like getting better and better.
One of the few shows out there that got progressively better with every
Yep.
season and every episode. It just kept getting better.
The only thing about that show I didn't like was when he got the whole thing with there was like a side plot there for a while where he was going to NA and he met that girl and like that whole thing.
Oh, Kristen Ritter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he had that. I didn't like her character. I didn't like that whole side plot with her and all that shit. But other than that, like it was
Okay.
I was cool with the rest of it.
I always
And
kind
on
of
a
had a
side note,
thing for
another-
Kristen Ritter, so I didn't mind it.
That's right.
On a side note, one I saw recently that I was surprised by was Fargo season 1. I thought that was really good,
Yeah,
especially
that's a
Billy
great show.
Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
I didn't see the other ones, but Billy Bob Thornton was really good.
That is an amazing show, especially that first season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What horror convention celebrity is most likely to be wearing a diaper while signing your items? That would be Tom Atkins.
I would say Gary Busey.
That might be true. Yeah.
As long as he's not touching you. Because he's pretty handsy. They literally had to escort him out at one point.
I didn't realize this. Are you guys going to try to see the theatrical re-release of Friday the 13th, the final chapter in September? Is that being re-released?
I didn't even know about that. I mean, if it is, I'll probably try if it's playing around here.
Yeah, I mean, if
It would
that's
make-
anywhere around.
I would say it makes sense. I mean, movie theaters are going so poor with the new releases. That's why you see more and more of these older films released. Because they see that more people want to see the old stuff and give them a chance for these theaters to survive. I hope they do on that front.
Bobby says, with Matt and Rambo as Raphael, will be more like,
Thank
yes, excited because they are your favorite, finally become your favorite.
Sounds good, Bobby. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. No idea what you mean, Bobby. It's all good, Bobby. You fly, Bobby.
Which filming locations, if any, have you guys ever visited?
Sally, none for me.
I've been to some of the ones for Dark Knight, but that's
that'd be
probably
killer.
it. I think that's it. Yeah.
The only ones that I've been to are the Evansville Cemetery, the Monroeville Mall, or I'm sorry, the Evans City Cemetery, the Monroeville Mall, the town they shot a lot of the Crazies, which is also Evans City. They shot a lot of the stuff from the Crazies around that area.
Okay.
What else? Waverly Hills, which is in Louisville.
Mhm.
There's a couple movies based around that place, but that's really it that I can think of right off the top of my head. The one big one for me that I'd love to go see is to go to Texas. I mean, and see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
I just
That
thought
makes
of one.
sense, yeah.
It may or may not count, but I mean, they did actually film inside the museum, the Relic.
oh
That was
yeah,
filmed in
Okay.
Chicago, and I've been in that museum several times, so
Oh.
I guess you could count that.
when we were, that's another thing too, Mark, that reminded me for some reason when you said that, like when we were in Pittsburgh, we went to Carnegie Mellon,
Mhm.
which is where some of that shit from Creep Show is
Mm.
filmed as well too.
Nice.
Very cool.
Let's see. Curtis says The Sopranos is better than Breaking Bad. I never fucking liked The Sopranos. I never got into that show.
I mean, I think James Gandolfini's awesome. I like the show, but too much of it, they spend like time eating food and then just killing people. I mean, if you break the
That's
show
pretty
down,
much the
that's
whole show.
mostly-
Yeah.
I mean, that there's other conflicts, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I like it, but I don't know if I'd put it over Breaking Bad.
I like both. I haven't finished them and stuff. I like both.
Mm-hmm.
I think CK's watching the whole season of both shows. They're taking the show.
Yeah, he's watching them right now. Hopium Gardner says, Matt, what was the worst thing about Hitcher 07?
Everything.
Oh fuck, everything.
What are y'all talking about? There's nothing wrong with that movie. It's perfect.
Yeah, perfect, perfectly shitty. Okay, there's a lot of things. When Sean the Beanie Baby is trying to chase down the group, and they're showing the Nine Inch Nails song "Closer," and I keep thinking of the original and how intense and great it was, and then I'm seeing him trying to shoot down helicopters, and then I'm gonna fuck you like an animal. It's playing on the soundtrack. I went, this is fucking bullshit. Of course, Michael Bay produced this bullshit. Fuck this fucking movie. One of the worst remakes. One of them, my hated remakes ever, because I love the original so much. Everything the original did right, this did the complete opposite. Everything. The lady barreling a shirt on, walking away, slow motion explosion. She's not phased at all. CGI. Let's show the guy ripped in half and shit CGI blood. Like everything on what not to do. That, the Elm Street remake, like those are the pinnacle of remakes that are just, I wish never existed.
All right. To kind of piggyback off that, what's the worst remake that nobody ever talks about?
Nobody ever talks about horror
Could
or
be
any remake.
No, anything.
Hmm.
The worst.
That nobody talks about. I guess maybe The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves.
Holy shit, that's a blast from the past right there.
That came and went, and I never see anybody talk about it. And I don't really remember liking it all that much. I've only seen it that one time, and that was over a decade ago.
Yeah, that's a crazy. You know the one that it is for
Rollerball.
Jesus Christ, that's true too.
That's another good one. Yeah.
There's two that automatically come to my mind that I always forget were even remakes. RoboCop. I always forget that film got remade, like because it just fucking didn't. And Conan. That's another one where I'm like, I forget that movie even exists, that it got remade. And nobody ever talks about those movies anymore. Unless you're Scream Factory, and then you put out like the RoboCop remake. But I mean,
the Flatliners remake.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did.
Oh man, so many films were remade that like it's impossible to keep up with all of them. There were some
Jacob's
where
Ladder was one.
Yeah, there's some where people will say they're remakes. And I'm like, I don't remember that at all. Like, didn't remember it happening. Were you guys into Stephen King books? I'm rereading Night Shift.
Nah, I mean I should try them out. I know the stories, I know the premises, but actually sitting down and reading them, no. I know I should, but it's hard to have time. I know this seems like a lame excuse, but it's hard to have time to really sit down and get through, because there's just some pretty lengthy books, especially for Stephen King.
Oh yeah. A couple, but nowhere near as deep as like some of his hardcore fans who have like everything he's ever put on paper.
Yeah, back when I was in high school, I read a lot of his stuff, but like I haven't read anything in a long time. That was the thing to do. Like people were really getting into his stuff at that point, and like That's back when we actually had bookstores. I don't know if anybody remembers bookstores. They existed at one time. I'm talking about small, like family-owned bookstores, not like, you know, these giant Barnes and Nobles and shits that still exist. But like
Right.
the last bookstore in anywhere within like probably like 100-mile radius around here closed down probably about a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It had been in business for 30 some years, and they finally were just like, "There ain't nobody buying books. We're getting the fuck out. We're done." Like, and nobody ever went in there, man, for like years. Like, if you saw two people in that place at one time, it must have been like a drug deal or something, because that they were not selling books. Like, and I just remember going in there, and they had a whole Stephen King section back when I was a kid, and people actually bought magazines and books and shit. And you like every week or 2 weeks, I would buy like another one of those books, and got up to a pretty good amount at one time or another where I was reading, you know, like just different one of the older books at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a favorite horror book, not just Stephen King, but a favorite horror book that stood out to you?
Yeah,
the ones
but
you
it was
read?
it probably wasn't what you're thinking. My favorite horror book of all time was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I mean,
Oh, okay.
even when I was a teenager, that was probably my favorite one. Especially when I was a kid too.
So when the movie came out, did you take? Was that the movie that came out, or was it
Yeah.
a different book they based it? Were you like, did you ever see that? Were you like, I don't know, because I remember liking this book, or did you not care?
I don't like that. That was Del Toro that did that, right? Did he do Scary Stories, or did he produce it?
I know he's involved. I didn't know if he directed it. I know he at
I
least
don't-
produced it.
Probably produced it. I don't think he directed.
I just, man,
Hmm.
anything that has his name attached to it, I just fucking stay away from it. I'm sorry, that's just kind of how I am. Like, I just don't like his style of whatever that is.
Is there any movie of his that you do like, or that you'd at least put over?
He did Hellboy, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd put that over. I'd put over the Blade movie that he did. That was Blade 2,
Blade
I
2.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was badass. Yeah.
Now I don't like when he gets into the fantasy stuff. That's where he loses me. Like, I don't like Pan's Labyrinth. I don't like The Orphanage. I don't like fucking those types of movies for some reason. But
No,
yeah,
I
he's
agree
got-
with that. Like Del Toro, I like Mimic, Blade 2, Hellboy. But the other stuff you mentioned, I don't like that either. So you're not alone in that. I know people praise him. It ain't for me.
What about Kronos? That was like one of his first ones. No.
That's true. I've
Vampire
never seen
Hunter?
it.
Yeah, the vampire one. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Thank you, sir. This is actually one I got on sale, so I didn't have to spend $36 on it. It's the cartoon version.
Nice.
See it? You see that Stream Factory? He's wearing the shirt. No, shut the fuck up. Don't sue him.
Yeah, don't sue me anymore. I think that CK fell in, or we would actually talk about that. He got his ass stuck in the
Ghoulies
fucking
got
toilet.
him.
Let's see.
The Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2 got him.
Anthony says RoboCop is one of the most forgettable remakes. Yeah.
Indeed, it is.
Point Break.
Absolutely.
They did a Point Break remake.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
How did I
They
not?
did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would have no idea that ever existed. Here's a good question. How many movies on average do you guys watch a week?
Depends on the week, but I guess maybe between 4 and 5.
Matt, I'd love to hear the answer to this because I know you get requests and shit all the time. How many do you watch?
I would say at least, well, maybe 20.
Jesus, dude. Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes there's like episodes, TV shows. Sometimes they're regular movies. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why my brain's so fried.
So
Especially
right
stuff
now,
like Sharks of the Corn.
right now with me reviewing stuff that people are sending us, I've been watching more stuff than I would normally watch just to get these reviews out of the way and everything. So I would say probably about a movie a day. So I would right now 6 or 7 a week. That's a good question. Do you like the Graveyard Shift film? Saw it for the first time recently and loved it. I know my boy's Matt and Mark are fans. Yeah, that's one of the more unsung Stephen King adaptations that like this is a tiny little movie, almost like an independent movie or something that like kind of slipped through the cracks that nobody really talks about anymore. But it is a really good movie. It's got some good performances in it too.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm laughing because like every once in a while, this guy will pop up and like, I can't believe you like that fucking movie. I'm like, there's
Oh
more
yeah,
people I know I like it.
yeah, yeah.
This,
This
it's not like
comic,
it's on
guy.
Star Search. Yeah, he's
dead.
there. He passed out on the dummies. Hope he's okay.
Why aren't there more movies based on Dean Koontz novels? That's a good question, but I love The Watchers. That was based on Dean Koontz.
You don't like Phantoms?
Yo, Ben Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms.
They bombed, really. I mean, they weren't well received.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at all those films, even Watchers, but like Phantoms, and he did like some TV movies based on Dean Koontz, they were all pretty much either bombs or just poorly received. So they see no marketability on Dean Koontz. I don't think any single Dean Koontz film has ever been a hit. So that's why they stopped doing it.
That's a shame, really. Good question here, too. Which of these documentaries do you think is better? Never Sleep Again or Crystal Lake Memories?
Well, that's a tough one.
I guess in a way, maybe depend like which franchise you like more, so you'd be more interested in what they're saying.
I mean, they're basically the same documentary if you think about it. Like
Mm-hmm.
the same style and everything, the way that they did the documentary.
Yeah.
I think I like Crystal Lake Memories a little bit better though, because Never Sleep Again is fucking forever. Like you got to clear your schedule. You got to call your mother and tell you're okay. Like that documentary goes on for like, was it 4 hours or 4 or 5 hours?
It's
something like that?
4 hours and some change. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. Like,
I mean, it's good though. I mean, it
is
It
good.
is everything you want to know.
Yeah.
I guess I'd say Crystal Lake Memories just because I'm more of a fan of Friday the 13th than I am Nightmare. But yeah, I mean they're both equally as
Isn't
good,
Crystal Lake Memories longer? Like 6 hours? Is there more movies?
I don't know how long it is. Maybe it is. I just remember that I sat down and watched the Never Sleep Again like straight through, and I wanted to kill myself. That's probably why I have a bad experience with that movie. My brain just started to like melt.
It's hard for me to pick. I enjoy both.
RoboCop or Total Recall?
Ooh, good question.
Golly.
That's tough, but I'll choose Total Recall.
I think I'd pick RoboCop. I think I like RoboCop a little bit better.
Total Recall does have 3 titties.
I was just thinking that. It's so funny you said.
That's a fair point.
I was thinking about that. And
the guy does get shot in the dick though in RoboCop.
Yeah.
But God does get turned into a meat puppet. When Arnold grabs him, it's like 18 times. See you at the party with the. I'll go home and have some cornflakes. At the end there.
Yeah, I like them both equally. I couldn't even pick either one. I probably have watched RoboCop more than I have Total Recall. But yeah, I like them both equally.
They're both great.
Yeah.
Both remade. That's another remake. Total Recall. You were talking about remake. You never remember Total Recall
Yeah.
remake.
Fucking
Colin
Colin
Farrell.
Farrell.
Oh, that's why you don't remember it right there. Little Conor McGregor,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Colin
Conor
Farrell.
McGregor.
Yeah. Aren't they both like
Roadhouse.
Irish?
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Mm.
I ate green beans for breakfast. Get in there real quick. I know I've watched this movie. I have no recollection of this movie whatsoever.
I like
But it
it.
has Tom Cruise, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It was okay. I remember being all right. Doesn't seem much worse.
Yeah, I liked it. Pretty sure I saw that in the theater when it came out. Yeah, it's a solid movie. I always thought the concept was really interesting. The pre-crime thing, catching people before they commit the murder or the crime itself.
Yeah, Philip K. Dick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tom Cruise can suck my Philip K. Dick. Anyway, favorite Brian Bosworth movie. There's only one, right? I mean, there's only I know there's more than
Stone
one, but there's
Cold.
only one that could be the
Yeah.
answer.
We were all probably going to have the same answer to that.
Gotta go with Stone Cold.
Mm-hmm.
What's a sequel you prefer over the first film?
I guess Aliens.
Yeah, I mean, I'll think of something else. I was going to say that, but let me think
That's-
of something different.
That's just the first one that comes to mind, just because we just did that commentary.
I'll tell you right now, Friday 2. That's my favorite Friday movie. Not Friday
That's
with
a good one.
Ice Cube. I'm talking about Friday 13th.
13th, yeah. Maybe something unique. I'll say Ghoulies 2. I'll say Ghoulies 2.
I think, yeah, Ghoulies 2 is actually really underrated. Like, I've watched that movie several times. Love that movie.
Was it Wasp, that song? I'd scream until you like it. There you
go. I just thought of one. Day of the Dead.
What? What'd you say?
Well, Day of the Dead. It's sequel you prefer over the first film. I prefer Day of the Dead over.
Okay, you're saying you prefer over Night of the Living Dead. All right, we're fine.
And Dawn. I mean, Day's the best. Come on.
Okay, listen. Now we got a fucking issue in here. No. We're just gonna skip over that, Mark. So, thoughts on Sometimes They Come Back. That is, to me, probably the most underrated Stephen King film, like TV film that there is.
Yeah,
nobody ever talks about that anymore. Nobody references that movie anymore. It's great. The whole Greaser cast is great.
Yeah,
like
Robert
the
Russler.
Whole, it's just it's fucking scary too. They turn into demons and shit, but they're all where he's messing with him in that class.
Yeah,
where he teaches. I love that movie, man.
Yeah, it is. It is good. What about those sequels, though? Right?
Yeah, sometimes they come back for more. When it gets to that point, you're like, I don't know.
Sometimes they come back again.
Yep.
I agree. The first ones are pretty good. Pretty. That got a Blu-ray.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't have it. I've got the actual DVD of that still.
If not, it should. Someone should do it.
Yeah, that's probably
It's
coming.
better than it's better than a lot of those like shiny miniseries. I know you guys were talking about that in the stream before. Like, I guess you were with Dana debating which was better than Shining.
Yeah, in the most like
I guess
pointless debate
debate or
of all
whatever.
time. Yeah, the most like lopsided debate whenever. Oh man. Let's see. They just want you to know. John Puck wants you to know that Alien is better than Aliens. He's wrong, but he wants you to know that. The Godfather
Cool
2.
story.
Yeah. The Godfather 2 is a good one. Ghoulies 2 is a good one.
There you go.
Somebody also said Friday the 13th Part 2. Dawn? Why the fuck
I
didn't I
agree
think
with
of that? Why the fuck didn't I think of that? That's actually one that I would have picked too.
Day's better, but you know.
Listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think he's coming back. I think at this point, he's either
I figured,
dead
yeah.
or he's probably not coming back.
Went to bed.
Grease 2 is better than Grease. I don't really give a shit about either one of them movies, to be honest. You can do the fucking hand job on my ass. Whatever that is.
Yeah, grease it all up. Grease 2. Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh, God.
Oh God. What the hell? Night of the Demons 2 is better than Night of the Demons. No, it ain't. And you know you're talking out your ass. You're just trolling at this point.
Yeah, I definitely like the first one more of that franchise. Definitely.
Yeah.
I wish this was true, but I somehow don't think they have Piggly Wigglies in Michigan. Well, that would be amazing. I'm trying to see if he's texting me or anything on here to let me know if he's alive. I'm pretty positive that he's not going to be back on there.
Yeah.
So far, I don't have anything.
Okay.
This is one I would have thought you would have picked too, Mark or Matt.
Yeah,
I
just
love
wanna do
Predator
something
2.
that I haven't said before.
I mean, I'm trying to think, would I put that over the first Predator? It's definitely a worthy sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Like, I love them both. Like, I couldn't pick one over the other. I could watch either one at any time. Both have so many classic lines, great action scenes.
Yeah. Both are great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably would have said that, but kind of like you with Dawn is like one just a little bit something different. Haven't said before.
Do you guys like Joyride? I love that movie. That movie, we just watched that not too long ago too.
Love Joyride.
Yeah. I do like Joyride. That's
yeah.
pretty
It's
good.
interesting that where J.J. Abrams' career went. Like, he went so far away from that like genre. And I don't know if he ever lived up to the potential of people saying that he was going to be like the next Spielberg or whatever. But I know that was a big thing for a while. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of the best things that he's worked on, in my opinion. I love Joyride.
People who say he was that Spielberg were fucking stupid. That's bullshit. J.J. Abrams is a fucking hack.
Damn, Matt. I mean,
that's pretty direct.
The Force Awakens, or Rise of Skywalker, or Star Trek movies. I rest my case.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, really. The Night Flyer is pretty underrated, Scratch.
Yes, it is. I like Night Flyer.
OCP says he's got a question for Scream Factor. Where the hell's my order? I'm sure lots of people have that same question.
You'll be waiting for like a year, Mike.
Yeah.
Just don't hold your breath.
in. Back lunch, because it's going to be a long time.
They're too fucking busy taking websites down instead of doing their orders. Maybe spend more time with customers and less time doing your bid dick moments, you assholes.
Hopium has got another super chat. My favorite moment ever from Matt was when he was reviewing X-Files season 10. And he said, "When you have achy breaky heart, you fucking fail." What?
Oh, because Mulder's
The
singing.
revival
Oh,
when
dancing.
yeah.
Mulder.
So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I just thought like you only have this many episodes to tell, and this is what you put into it.
Mhm.
Of all the things and all the ideas, this is what you fit in there. And it's the last you ever see of those characters, like that season. It's like it's depressing as a fan. Really depressing.
I think
But for
he's
those
like
out there,
high on
yeah,
shrooms or LSD or something.
yeah, that's what it is. And it gets very political, terrorists and
Everything
stuff.
gets political
Mhm.
nowadays, I've noticed.
Yeah. Sally, yes.
This is actually a good one too for a sequel that's better than the original. Gremlins 2, which I may actually like that one a little bit better than the original.
Mm.
Rocky 2,
That's tough.
yeah,
Yeah,
could see that.
it's a good choice.
I think the less we say about old boy 2003, the better, really.
It doesn't exist. I mean,
Uncle Bill, is Fat Ethel in your top 10 movies of all time? It's in my top 100. I'll tell you that right now. Listen, I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. For those people that have not seen Crazy Fat Ethel, the first one, Criminally Insane, aka Criminally Insane, people laugh at that title and everything. It's one of the best, like, stupid exploitation style movies. One of the funniest, unintentionally funny exploitation style movies that's out there. And it's only like an hour long. And you can find it on YouTube right now. Go watch it. Watch it with a group of people and be drunk, or just watch it with a group of people regularly. And you will laugh your ass off. Like, it's that type of movie.
mhm. Wait a minute. I just thought about something because I looked
What?
at that so quickly. Neopunk's comment was that, did it say Old Boy 2013 or was it 2003?
Oh, that's right.
2002.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
for a second, I thought I saw 2013 because that was the year of the remake. So,
That's what
yeah,
I
no,
thought
the
he was talking about.
original. Yeah, the original. Of course. I mean, it's awesome, but yeah, that remake, it should never exist.
Yeah, the first time I saw the original, I was completely blown away by it. And then for some reason, Josh Brolin's in the fucking remake. And
Spike Lee.
a Schwarzenegger movie that doesn't get talked about enough. Does that exist, really? Is there a Schwarzenegger movie that doesn't get talked about enough?
For me, End of Days. Anytime someone shoots the devil in the face with a grenade launcher, I'm down for it.
Listen, I like End of Days. I've always liked that movie from the moment that I saw it. And like, I get why it gets shit on, though. But like,
Right.
Mhm.
I do like that movie.
Yeah, there was quite a few after that I think don't get talked about. Collateral Damage, Sixth Day. There's a few in like that area, like where I don't hear anybody talk about those.
I can't think of another one off the top of my head. Let's see. Tony Khan. I'm sorry, Scream Factory is the Tony Khan of Blu-ray labels. That's actually a very good comparison. Yeah. They neither one know what the fuck they're doing whatsoever.
I did just on another note on that. Of course, for folks out there, you either saw DeadPit's video or you need to check out their video. That's just, like you said, petty bullshit. It's pithy. It's an intimidation tactic to try to throw their big dick around. And it's ridiculous to go after your shop, your t-shirts, because you're telling the truth. And all you did was tell the truth. I'm sorry, if someone gets a product that's still in the cellophane and is ripped, he didn't do it himself. He didn't do it with his psychic mind. Terry didn't do it. The post office didn't take it off, rip it, put it back on. It's you guys and your bad service. I'm sorry if the truth hurts. Fix that instead of doing all this BS, and then people would like you a bit better. But you're not doing it, and you keep with this behavior, you just don't go down in flames because so many other companies are beating your ass to the punch. You guys mentioned it in your video, Arrow Video, and Vinegar Syndrome, and even Severn Films, and some more may pop out of the woodwork. Concentrate on quality, or you don't burn down in flames. I don't know if that was the case with Anchor Bay back in the day, or there was other issues and problems. I don't know. Maybe there's other issues, and that's why. So maybe it's a different beast. But the fact that that's what they hone in on is totally ridiculous for a company. It's petty BS, plain and simple. No questions asked. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. It's
No.
just petty bullshit.
No, because you're right though, and it was that night that we were talking about Scream Factory and everything, like we were saying earlier in the show, and then all of a sudden, we get like all these takedown notices for all these different shirts that really don't have anything to do with Scream Factory except one. Like the rest of them were just properties that they, had, but that those shirts really were kind of parodies. Like they really didn't have anything. They weren't like direct rip-offs or anything like that. So yeah, it was just like an intimidation kind of tactic, and mostly just let us know that, like, if anything, they're watching like what we do, which is kind of bizarre to me. Because like, why do they give a fuck? Why do they care about like what we say if they're this big badass company and all this stuff? I think it's literally because as far as I can see, we're one of the only platforms that talk about their shit in a negative light. And somebody needs to be talking about their shit in a negative light because they're awful, man. Like their releases are awful, their packaging is awful, their product is shit, they're fucking, all of their quality control is non-existent at this point. Like they're only releasing 4Ks of shit they've already released. And when they do release new stuff, it's stuff like Island of Dr. Moreau or some shit nobody wants anything to do with, or the RoboCop remake, or
Phantoms.
Yeah, Phantoms is coming out. Yeah,
I don't know what happened to that company. I have no idea. And we'll never know the true answer either, because they'll never tell us the true answer, and they'll probably never tell anybody what really happened and why they're in the shape that they're in now. They'll probably just keep going along doing the same thing that they're doing. But like they're done. Like to me, that company's over with. Like they've gone on long enough now. Now here's what may happen. They may, have enough capital left in that company to pick up like a big title or a big box set or something like that and put it out and have like one hurrah or something coming soon. That might happen and it'll be a one-off kind of thing, but they don't release anything good anymore. I really don't have any reason to fuck with Scream Factory in terms of their releases or anything. There's nothing that they put out that I care about. I don't know about you all, but like, I mean, I just don't care.
Yeah. I mean, the perfectly said. If I'm going to be honest, yes, I do like the idea because I Come in Peace is one of my personal favorites. What I did right off the bat, no. Less so now that they did this. I kind of like don't want to get it just in spite of them. Not that they give a shit. There's always one guy, one redneck in Texas who gives a shit. But I don't like those tactics. Those just pithy, butthurt, trollish tactics. Again, people are waiting for their orders. Multiple people, you guys mentioned your video, multiple people. It wasn't just that one. Multiple people had issues with their product. Phantasman, he mentioned how he had a movie and it wouldn't play. It was a Company of Wolves, I believe. Sorry if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Dirk mentioned that, he bought, I think it was Killer Clowns, and on the inside of it, it had a huge like tear in it. Even when it was it was still sealed, but like the cover was completely torn all the way down the side of it. So it's like, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I 100% know that. Like they're just not They're not, and they haven't been for a long time. I mean, once it got to the point where the off gassing stuff and all that started to happen, like the
Yeah.
quality and everything else just started to go downhill. I don't have anything good to say about that company. I don't have any, they're not, to me, Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, like Second Sight have all passed them a mile away. Like there's not even close. So they can do whatever they want. They can send as many takedown notices, but they still fucking suck ass. And that ain't gonna change because you send me a notice, motherfuckers. Like you still suck. Like, and you'll continue to suck. You won't do anything different because that's the type of people you are. And that's just it. They're not gonna listen to anybody. If they did, their company would be in the fucking trouble it's in now. So fuck them and everybody they know. How about that?
But that just kills me. They, like you said, that means they watched the video until the end. They saw the ad that you guys do, do the T-shirts and stuff. They saw that, and then they purposely went to your site, and then they looked, and then they got like, I'm gonna get this one, I'm gonna get this one, I'm gonna get this one. You got Ernest, a Summer Party Massacre.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that there's a multi-million-dollar company sitting around watching our stream and just being like, you know what, we need to fuck with these rednecks, because that's like, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's not focus on all these problems we got going on. Let's fuck with these guys.
Yeah,
it's a good way to run a business. It's why you're in the shape you're in, you bunch of dickweeds. Bobby Reynolds is back.
Thank you.
With another super chat, and he says, "What if they did more movies with Nick Cage and from Willy's Wonderland, like have him go after a Serbian film bad guys, or bad guys that play sick games like Squid Game, or made people kill friends?" I would love to see another movie with Nick Cage as the janitor from Willy's Wonderland. No joke.
I actually would too. That's actually, I'm so negative on stuff. That's one I would actually be open to. But I don't know if it did any business and if it did well enough or anything. Because I think like when that came out, like a week later, it was on YouTube for free. Someone uploaded for free on YouTube. so I don't know if it did well, but I did quite like that movie, and I appreciate it. And we talked about this before, but it was way better than that Finance of Freddy's bullshit. Which there's getting a sequel. There's getting a part 2 coming out soon. Well, not soon, but probably next year.
I want to see Nick Cage come back and well, not so much Face Off 2 because I don't think they'll get that right. I was thinking about that, but his character in Mom and Dad, where he just went ape shit, and
that's a great role.
Yeah, the best part was Lance Henriksen was his father, and I love Lance Henriksen, so that was great to see him in there.
So let's all bask in all these people talking shit about Scream Factory real quick. Pred says, I agree. Scream Factory has become lazy. Yep. West Ray says, Kino's the most consistent label out there. Maybe not that flashy, but the most consistent. Very wallet friendly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Shout Factory charges $30+ for new catalog Blu-rays without any specials. Yep. Jason says, hey, Scream Factory, nobody wants those goddamn pins. That's why those damn things are always in the damn sale 6 months later. Yeah.
I agree.
Yep. Scream Factory has lived long enough to now become the villain. They've always kind of been the villain, though. They've always been pompous fucking dick people. I mean, hell, we've had problems. Literally, I don't know when that Nightbreed set came out, but that long ago, we've had problems from them being dicks. So we're talking, that's got to be over 10 years. I know. Let's see. Rob Zombie Chick 420 wants to know, y'all excited to watch Jason Goes to Hell Part 2? I know I am.
Oh, yeah.
No. I like the first. You don't need any more.
Oh, he's got a second one. You got to watch it.
He's going back to hell again.
Yep.
Put that documentary out that was made like 5 years ago. What the hell? Been done for like 5 years. Oh, I want to give a special fuck you to Sony as well for someone asked this before. There's like a Three Stooges set for like $230 Blu-ray,
Yeah, I saw that.
and
I was
half
like,
the
what
shorts
the
are
fuck?
missing,
Yeah.
What is it now?
and half of them are missing.
Three Stooges set.
Oh,
It's They're like 100 shorts for 100 years, and then here's some of the movies. But here's the thing: there was 190 shorts, but there's only 100 in this limited edition $230 Blu-ray set. I'm like, why are you paying
Jesus.
$230 when half of them are missing?
That's
What a
good point.
ripoff! But they rip everyone off, these studios. That's why I'm like, fuck you all. Thank you for saving my money.
Speaking of which, Marty
Appreciate it.
says one of the problems with Screen Factory is that they went through and released everything so fast they ran out of steam. Yeah.
Yeah. And like you guys said before, there's not a lot of bid titles left out there. I mean, yeah, there are things I like to say, but they're not bid titles.
I just go
And-
back. Sorry,
Yeah.
Matt. I was just gonna say
No,
I just go back because you mentioned that to what William Lustig said in an interview like years ago. It has to be over a year now, where he was like, somebody was talking to him about these labels, and he was like, they're all gonna go under. Because he said, you've only got a limited amount of these titles that you can get, and then that people care about anyway. And then at some point, what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get bigger titles, and then you're going to have the anchor base syndrome where you're paying like all this money for these, big releases, the rights to all these big name releases, and it's just going to eat up all your profit. And you see that happening. Like you see, they're just running out of stuff to release, or they're picking these big titles up and nobody really gives that much of a shit. And they probably paid a fortune to get them. And all these companies are going to go under unless they've saved all this money they made in the last, 5, which I don't think they have, in the last 5 years off this boom of collectors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sadly, I mean, bound to happen sooner or later.
I always laugh when people on the Facebook groups for Shit Factory post these stupid bundles they ordered. It's like they're proud of spending all that money for some posters and pins. A lot of people are, really.
Well, I mean, if people are happy with their stuff, fine. But what I don't understand is the fanboyism that you're defending their inept practices. Because they're a company. They're not a person. They're a company that don't care about you. They care about the green in your wallet. They don't give a shit about you, your life, what you have for breakfast, what you're going on a date. They don't give a fuck about any of that. They care about the green in your wallet. That's it. When that's gone, they're dropping you off the next curb like a hooker on prom night. They don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, you're right. Like they really could care less. And like
it's just worship
it is
for
weird.
the company. That's just weird. The worship.
Yeah, it's weird
like
that people defend companies. Like I like a lot of companies, but like I don't really take up a cause for them. You know what I mean? Like I like Vinegar Syndrome sometimes, and I like, sometimes I like Arrow, but I wouldn't just be like, yes, like they're a great company. I love everything that they release no matter what. It's like, that's very just blind to what's actually going on.
It's almost like this. It's almost like this weird fear they have that one dissenting opinion, like let's talk DeadPit, for example, you guys. Well, if these two are negative, that means that all of a sudden this company's going to go under. And then this one movie I want release will never get released because these two rednecks from Kentucky, they were so mean and it's going to make the company bankrupt in 10 days. And it's like, that's not reality.
No.
I don't know what reality you're in.
You would think, I would like to think that they've got enough money built up from like all these, because it's not just Screen Factory, it's Shout Factory and all these other, like they sell like tons of stuff that don't have anything to do with horror films, like TV series and stuff like that. And all this stuff gets into Walmart and stuff too. So it's like they should have plenty of capital built up to kind of float Scream Factory because it's in the shitter. It just is. Like they should be able to do that for a while, I would think.
Yeah, you would think, but they're too busy. They have to be like subscribed to you, which would be funny, or like someone is literally like, it's a day. Someone mention your name, send them the video. For
They
that
hired a
quick,
person to spy on DeadPit. That's literally
that
their
would be
job.
hilarious.
I really what I think happened is somebody was on here that like maybe didn't work for them but knew somebody that did and probably like was like, oh, they're talking all kinds of shit about you, and then somebody probably watched it and was like, let's fucking fuck with them. That had to be it. I mean, you know. But anyway, Bobby's back. He says, I'm doing a topic video, Goes Your Fan 1983 and RamboRaph4Life versus Nostalgia Critic and Angry Video Game Nerd. Nostalgia Critic and AVGN may be entertaining, but Chris and Matt are funny, entertaining, natural, and not controlled by anybody. That's true. So Wes,
if it's a woman, I'll be controlled, but yeah, I'm not controlled by your company.
I actually did hear
Wes
back
disappeared.
from Wes. He said that like he actually didn't make it to the toilet and shit in the floor. And so, unfortunately, he's having to clean that up right now, and he's probably not going to be back because he slipped in it, fell, and it just got all over him. He wallowed around in it trying to get up, and it got on the sink and the mirrors, and it got up on the wall. And then Sarah came in there to help him. She fell in it. It's just a mess. They just trying to get all
those
that
Voss
taken care
water
of.
bottles.
Yeah, he did.
He knows Voss water bottles. That really saved him.
But I have finally got caught up, and we are at the end of this, and we are 2 hours into it. So I say this: I say that we thank all these wonderful people for coming into this.
Thank you.
And I want to say from on my end, Sunday night at 10 o'clock, there's going to be another Tour of Italy show with however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Michele Soavi, and we're going to be doing not all of his films, but probably all of his films. He doesn't have that many, but definitely a lot of them. Mark, I know you're going to be there.
I will be.
And several other people have said that they're going to be there too. So that should be a good show.
Yeah.
And so now I will pass it over to Mark. If you got anything coming up on your channel, go ahead and talk.
Probably the next thing would just be the stream that I got with Matt for Alien 3, which I can't wait for.
I'm sure you guys will love that.
Yeah. And actually, besides doing the stream with you on Sunday, Uncle Bill, I'll probably have up another review on the DeadPit channel. And I'll probably just leave it exclusively on DeadPit. It's for the movie The Coffee Table. You guys heard of that?
I did hear about that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's been getting a little buzz. Most notably from Stephen King. I saw him putting it over a lot. It's a Spanish horror film. So yeah, you guys look out for the review. It'll be coming. Should be this weekend. Check DeadPit on YouTube.
Awesome. All right, Matt. What do you got?
Just the same one on my channel, RamboRaph4Life. Just fulfilling more requests, playing more video games like Doom Eternal, more album reviews because people are funny and making me review more rap albums about the hoes and their bitches. Because they know how much I love that.
I'm just trying to imagine you sitting there listening to that, and I can't. I'm sorry.
I couldn't either, but I did.
Have you liked any of the ones that you reviewed?
Yeah, I mean, this last one, Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, The End of Day, because he actually tries to do something ambitious and not just about hoes and bitches and I'm famous. And that's like the three things: my money, my bitches, and my hoes. And it's like, okay, do you have more? And like that album was a bit more, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've heard that one. It's
Yeah,
it's
go
not bad.
The bitches and hoes one.
No,
that bad?
the Man on the Moon. I've heard that.
Yeah, that I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, random. Just what I do, I fulfill a lot of requests. So like Wild Bill, which is like the most forgotten Walter Hill film no one remembers. Jeff Bridges was in it.
Mhm.
1995 Western. Samurai Jack. A lot of other requests. Like Mark mentioned, on Thursday, May 23rd, we'll be doing a commentary on Alien 3. Thanks to Preminator, who's in the chat, my chat at least. He requested it. Thank you so much. And then we'll see what happens next. But thank you for inviting me on. It was a lot of fun, like always. I know you guys are very busy with May of the Dead, so doing a great job so far. Especially Zombies the Beginning last
my
night. That was fun.
Yeah, that's an
Goldberg.
epic one. If you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. We did last night a commentary for that movie, and it was everything you wanted it to be and more. So yeah, until Sunday, I guess. Appreciate all you guys coming on here. I appreciate everybody in the chat. I appreciate the concern about Scream Factory because they do suck balls, but we will overcome and persist as usual. Until next time, we'll see you guys. We're out.
Give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that DeadPit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck.
I want you to. I don't care. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.